Hey guys, off the Mike Sports Network here, another edition of Off the Top Rope. So I normally don't reference Wrestling Observer newsletter content, but here's the thing, man. It looks like Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, better known as Private Party, are seemingly heading towards an exit from AEW. Their contracts are reportedly nearing expiration. And that's sad because these were the tag team champions at the start of 2025. They had a monumental win over the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks just left, and then the Hurt Syndicate just sort of tossed, um, Private Party aside. Like they were nothing, and here we are. And the Hurt Syndicate really have nobody to face in the tag team division. This tag team division has fallen off a cliff. Like Private Party was there from the beginning. Like this tag team division, and I've talked about it here on this channel in AEW, was once a really, really good thing. And then they brought FTR in. They had Proud and Powerful, which was Santana and Ortiz, who are now like separated. And that happened on AEW's watch. So they kind of deserve a brunt of the blame there. But to see Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, granted, Mark Quinn had to deal with a lot of injuries over the last 5-6 years. They pulled off one of the bigger upsets in AEW history, beating the Young Bucks in that inaugural tag team tournament. But what the fuck happened to tag team wrestling in this company? Like we're realistically heading towards All In, biggest show of the year, and the tag team titles are potentially going to be defended by the Hurt Syndicate against Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, two guys who literally just got there and just became a team. What happened to tag team wrestling? Whereas WWE, who the Raw tag team division really doesn't have a lot there. It's not really formed. It's just the New Day kind of just airing their grievances. And I mean, I like the War Raiders better than most, but there's not a lot of heat there. The SmackDown tag division, like, holy shit. You've got the Street Profits, DIY. You've got the Motor City Machine Guns. You've got Fraxium. You've got Pretty Deadly. You've got the Wyatt Six now there. Like, you've got multiple teams that are lighting up that division. I'm here to tell you guys, if Private Party does not re-sign with AEW, and I don't foresee them doing that, I would like to see them in NXT and potentially on the main roster. Because at some point, WWE's tag team division is going to add the Usos, because Jay and Jimmy are going to get back together. They're going to get back together. They're already hinting at Usos, New Day, roles reversed. One of the New Day heels and the Usos baby faces. They're heavily hinting at doing that at some point. And then obviously the Lucha Brothers are going to inevitably, Ray Phoenix and also, yeah, the Lucha Brothers were like one of the faces of that AEW tag division early on, SCU as well. But yeah, the Lucha Brothers are going to reunite in WWE at some point, Ray Phoenix and Penta, which is going to be great. And I would assume that would beef up the Raw tag team division. So tag team wrestling is having some sort of a resurgence. WWE had no idea how to do tag team wrestling for the longest time. And it's wild to me that when AEW came into existence and, Private Party was one of these teams that came in early on and really gave you like really good quality tag team wrestling. And to see these guys potentially being out the door, what a waste. What a waste of two incredibly talented guys who beat the Young Bucks basically like the first or second week of AEW Dynamite. And they've done nothing. Yeah, injuries kind of screwed them over. Like they were associated with, Matt Hardy, and they had some weird associations and didn't really do a whole hell of a lot. And they were kind of all over the place over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. But, it's just, man, it's hard for me to believe that seeing that story. And granted, like I said, Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer newsletter, misses a lot of things. But man, if these guys don't, like, it's wild that they were the tag team champions to start the year, and they may end up in another company very soon. Like, it's just like Mariah May was the women's champion to start this year. She's now in WWE. It really just goes to show you that sometimes booking and sometimes actually, doing cohesive things and trying to get people over does something long term. Or, in some cases, like at least with Mariah May, now Blake Monroe, she wanted to go somewhere else. So, but the lack of push in the tag team division for AEW really has been startling, because like the last two all-ins at least had Young Bucks versus FTR in some capacity, and then the Acclaimed were involved in it last year. This year, it's the Hurt Syndicate. Granted, I think Bobby Lashley deserves to be embedded in the tag team division. Frankly, Shelton Benjamin, one of the great tag team wrestlers of all time. These guys are in their 50s, and they're going to be facing a brand new tag team that just got together, just got to AEW. That's where tag team wrestling is in this company. It's a shame what happened to Private Party. It's a shame that if they end up in another place. But you know what? Hey, if they go to NXT, I actually think they'll fit really well there. So, this is really crazy, man. It really is crazy to see what happens moving forward in AEW in regards to their tag division, because a lot of the OG teams are gone, retired, split up in another place. It's really just insane, and Private Party is the latest on the list of that. So anyway, I'll see you guys. Bye bye.